Hi everyone, this is part 2 of my answers to the questions from Leamington Sinfonia. Which conductors do you most admire and why? I think chiefly probably Claudio Abbado, just for the sheer quantity and quality of what he achieved. I mean, La Scala, Vienna State Opera, Berlin Phil, LSO, Lucerne, Chicago, I could go on. The amount of positions he held, the amount of incredible recordings he made, the way he changed the way that so many people think about music, in particular that kind of era of Brahms and Mahler and Strauss, the turn of the century, that kind of era of music, just changed the way we think about that. So probably him, but also have to look at Marian Alsop, Marius Janssen's, Simon Rattle, obviously. Brilliant conductors. I tend to judge conductors on what they achieve generally rather than specific concerts, but if I were to pick out one specific concert and a conductor, it'd be Marius Janssen's with the Bavarian Radio doing Rachmaninoff's symphonic dances, and it was incredible. One of probably the best concert I've ever been to, and he was amazing. What would you consider to be your most spine-tingling moment in orchestral music, and why? I think two probably spring to mind. One is the climax in Penderecki's Threnody to the Victims of Hiroshima. Penderecki actually died last week, and probably his most famous work is the Threnody, which describes the dropping of the nuclear bomb over Japan, and the climax is that dropping. And if you watch it with a follow score and it leads up to that bit, then you can see it, all the instruments lead to that bit, and then the climax, and then there's a drop, and it's incredible. It's one of the most tragic but most provocative moments in music. Otherwise, probably the end of Mahler 3, I think, that lovely D major climax, and of course Mahler 2's climax. Conducting from memory. Well, I've only done that twice. I did it with Mahler 4, and I did it with Metamorphosen. And for both those two, I was studying them for about 6 months, about 4 hours a day. Because I think the thing about memory conducting is it's not easy, but easy-ish to kind of do it and kind of fake it, to kind of know the tunes in a symphony and to kind of keep a symphony moving from memory. But to really do it from memory, to really know every part and to perhaps save an orchestra if something goes wrong, I think you really need to know it inside out. So with both those works, it took a lot of preparation. It is possible, but it's very, very difficult. What are the challenges for conductors to rehearse players of instruments they've never learned or tried before, and what do you find helps you with this? Well, I think a conductor has to know at least a good deal about every instrument in the orchestra. As I said in the last part, it would be great to play every instrument like Hindemith did, but sadly we might not be blessed with that amount of time. But we have to know about the capabilities of each instrument, the hindrances of each instrument, the qualities of each instrument, to know about them. I mean, for me, I never played a brass instrument, so I've had to do a lot of research on how to play those, how to speak to brass players, how to communicate with brass players, and how to make the sounds that I want. So it's difficult, but I think it's one of the necessary challenges of conducting.